Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mayo Hosker channel. I am in the middle of building um a a Super Mario Kart set, and I was building this on someone's stream yesterday, but they finished their stream before I got the chance to finish building this set. So we're going to build it, try to finish building it on this stream today. And I need to talk about some things in terms of the schedule, because I've realized that Lego takes up a lot of time, and sometimes it takes up too much time. And there's a reason why the thumbnail is the way it is, and I want to do more stuff in the future, talking about the stuff in that thumbnail. It's an there's more to that thumbnail than meets the eye, because that's not the full picture, that's a cropped picture. So yeah, I want to do a lot of stuff talking about that graphic in the future. But anyway, right now I'm in the middle of building this set. It is the set, where is it? Not used to vertical streaming. It's set 72034, the Baby Mario versus the Baby Luigi. And these Mario Kart sets actually have the piece counts on the boxes. Traditionally, outside of North America, Lego hasn't put that on a lot of the sets, but they're starting to do that more these days than they did back then, which I really like. Anyway, until we see people in the comments, I'm going to be trying to build this. So we need to get the background music. Where's the background music? Where's the background music? Yeah, it's this, and we need to adjust. And we need to adjust the volume accordingly. There we go. Okay. Hopefully we get some of my friends that'll come in here soon. I just gotta get this set done. I want this off of my table and into my collection. And actually, I need to angle this down ever so slightly so you can see the Mario and the Luigi baby variants in their minifigure forms right there. And so I've only got an hour to do this stream today, before some of the NFL games start. So hopefully I can get this done within the hour. And also there's balloons in this set as well. Hello, Alexandria. Good to see you here, doing a vertical stream again. And actually, you know what? You've reminded me. I need to go and let the Therapy Discord server know that I'm doing this. So how's your day today, Alexandria? How's your weekend gone? I'm just messaging some people. We get four of my friends up in here. So I just got done charging my my Mac in preparation for this stream. Yeah, so we got the red balloons there and the lime green balloons here. I'm gonna put them in a way where people can see the minifigures and the balloons at the bottom of the screen. Oh, nice! You built the Sleeping Beauty castle. What's the set number of that, Alexandria? Because I forget what all of the Disney princess castles look like. And hopefully there'll be a spike in audience at various times throughout this stream, hopefully. And that's this is a piece that I don't own in this color. It's the popsicle piece in the solid yellow. You know, there was a set back in 1999, which was a Shell convenience store. As a part of the Shell promotion sets, they made that piece in the solid red and the solid brown. And pretty much after that, they really only made them in translucent colors to look like an actual popsicle or an ice block or an ice lolling. And since then, they haven't really made anything to look like a fudgesicle or anything. So anytime we can get that piece in the solid color, I really like. But that color is in yellow, and that's more of a banana flavor, and I don't really like banana flavored stuff. So there is a stud shooter in here. I never know how to put these stud shooters in correctly because it always looks wrong in the instructions. It always looks wrong. I don't know why. You have the Thing's apartment to build. Who's the Thing? Is that a character from a franchise? How's that supposed to? Oh, okay. You're supposed to put some of these Technic pieces in these bowls. There we go. There's the step shooter in. And then you twist these flames to be out to the back of the cart. And then we got these blue wheels. Hello, Zelda. Good to see you here. Hopefully we can get more people from Rick Therapy and the Jungle in this chat. Johnny was here 7 hours ago, Zelda. Oh, so it's one of the Wednesday sets. Hey, Zelda, you got someone else in the chat who likes Wednesday. I'm not a Wednesday fan, but I know a few people who are like you two. And this is annoying. There's there's a pattern on the inside of the wheels that are 4 of these round stickers. That's going to be a little bit annoying to put on. And I really like the way they designed these wheels because you're seeing the Technic pinhole in the middle of those wheels, the edge of that pinhole is just big enough where you can put a 2x2 round plate inside, like that. So I really like that wheel thing. I think they should use that wheel piece in other sets besides these Mario Kart sets. So for those who don't know the story of how I got of how I got so many Mario Kart sets. Well, we got the Wii as a Christmas present in 2007, and Christmas 2008 we got the Mario Kart Wii game. So I've been a Mario Kart gamer for 17 years. And I've enjoyed playing Mario Kart with my friends really for the past 10 years. Because when I would invite my friends to our house, when they lived closer, when we all lived closer to each other before one of them moved away and we moved house, we would do Mario Kart tournaments with each other. And so I've always liked the Mario Kart Wii game. So when they came out with Super Mario sets in 2020, I always thought it would be cool if they made some Mario Kart sets, of which they did. Hello, Witten Bricks. Good to see you here. Hope you're having a good weekend trying another vertical stream, trying to see if we can get any of the vertical algorithms. Like, it's part of that experimentation I was talking about in previous streams and previous videos. So we just put the stickers on for these 4 wheels and let them pop in. And these wheels, at least on a hard surface, roll really good. You might be onto something, Britain. You might be onto something. Because if you squint, it kind of does look like Santa's sleigh in a way. Anyway, was that the bit? Oh yeah, now we got to attach the red shell. And that goes inside of the stud shooter. So when you insert the red shell inside of the stud shooter, you can launch it. So let me try and do that. Oh, excuse me. Let me try and do that. See how powerful this is. Yeah, that's got a decent amount of power. Enough to go... actually, let's try and measure this. I'd say that's about 1 foot worth of range, maybe. I don't know, that's just an arbitrary guess. These are the spare pieces. There's a lot of small spare pieces in this set. Because some of the way they shape up this card, to get the right shape, have to use a bunch of small pieces. So that was the end of instructions 1, as you can see there. Now we're going to instruction 2, which will be for the second card. The eyes of this card is a sticker, sadly. I would have liked them to have been printed as I would have wanted these wheel covers to be printed. But the tag to scan within electronic Super Mario figs, those are all printed. Yeah. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions about the set, or if anyone wants to go on any conversations in the chat, or if anyone has any questions to ask about what I'm doing these days or Lego, I can try and answer it while I'm building this set. But get ready for some ASMR. Oops. I just totally knocked over these balloons. Oopsie. Let me straighten those back up. There we go. There we go. Those are all the pieces. Now we're building. Sorry. Now we're building baby Luigi's cart, and I'm guessing this will be an identical build. Let me see what's going on. You got some fan mail, Sean. Wow. Do you know who it's from? So what kind of random parts was it? Anyway, let's get on to building this second cart. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions or things they want to say, I can try and give an opinion about it. Alexandra says, "What does everyone think about Star Trek set now that Legos have shown it?" Okay, so I have a few thoughts, but not as much thoughts about the Star Trek as I did with the $1,000 a Death Star. So one, I'm glad that it's the next generation, not the original series. I'll just say that. I think it was a good choice to go with the Enterprise D, but I don't like the fact that there's a gift with purchase available that forces you to buy it on day one. I don't like that. I don't like that with a lot of the sets that Lego's been coming out with recently. I don't like it. I don't like it when they do that, especially when it's a gift with purchase that will have exclusive minifigures. That rubs me the wrong way. I think the proportions of it are okay, but I think it's probably $50 overpriced. Kind of like how I think the $1,000 Death Star was $100 overpriced. So I think most Lego sets they come out with these days are overpriced, but I'm hearing from sources that some of the January sets are more quote unquote more affordable. So we'll have. So I'll be the jury of that in January. I'm not a Trekkie, but there's a podcast I watch where a lot of people are Trekkies, and they were hyping it up pretty much since the Star Trek set became a rumor around April or so. So they've been hyping it up for a while. And I remember one stream, there was someone on there who was talking about Star Trek when that rumor came out, and they were talking about how when the Lego Star Trek theme becomes established, that Star Trek will be the second biggest theme after Star Wars. Again, I will be the judge of that because there was not nearly as much hype for the Enterprise D as any of the Star Wars sets that have come out this year, and I don't think as much hype compared to most of the Harry Potter sets that have come out this year, of which Harry Potter is a top 5 theme. So I'm not sure I agree with that claim that Star Trek will eventually be the second best theme after Star Wars. I don't think I agree with that. That's just those are my opinions. And also, hopefully, when they do other Star Trek sets in the future, we get a minifigure version of Spock, and I would really like to see them make a Borg cube set. So, in the chat, let me know if you're a Star Trek fan, if you're going to be buying those sets, and what are your opinions about that, because those are my opinions. Now, it's not the A-Film podcast. It's their adjacent podcast. Emphasize the Jason in adjacent. Alexandria says buying small sets now, can't spend money like that for one set. Yeah, that's why I'm more of a mock builder than a set collector. Which of the Star Trek TV series do you like, Zelda? Because most of the Trekkies I talk to, they like the next generation, probably because they grew up with Lego in the 80s. I've never seen any piece of Star Trek media at all. Yeah, well, if you feel the same way that I do, Zelda, Alexandria, and if anyone else feels the same way, the best way to send the message is to vote with the wallet and not buy it. Strange New Worlds, Deep Space Nine, and the Lower Decks. I only know of those names because of the Trekkies I've heard people talking about. Probably if it wasn't for that podcast, I wouldn't know what those TV series are. Still waiting for an algorithm spike. Come on, algorithm. So also don't forget to leave a like on this stream. Hopefully we can get to 10 likes by the end of the day. If I was streaming in prime time, I would get more viewers. But I can't guarantee I'll be awake in prime time. And also I'm streaming in an awkward gap after Good Morning Brickworld, but before the 1 p.m. NFL games. So this is definitely not my normal screen time. Exactly, nostalgia is a big seller. That's why I bought two of the 90th anniversary castles. That's why I bought three of the Blacktron Renegades. That's why I have two of the Magisto's Workshop gift purchases. I like nostalgia. I like vintage Lego. They need to come out um with more neoclassic versions of old sets. Wait, what colour is that? Okay, so we get another one of these scannable tiles, right here. And there's a plate that goes underneath here. Yeah, I've seen that set in the news as well, Alexandria. Just Too Good made a video about those new Ninjago sets coming out. I'm not sure if you know who Just Too Good is, but I can recommend subscribing to their channel. There's a lot of small pieces in that set, which is why it's a $110 set, but it's got over 1,600 pieces because of the ornateness of that detail at the front. But me personally, of the newer, well, of the Ninjago sets they announced, the one I'm more interested in is the one that's a throwback to season one of the TV series. That Blacksmith's shop is the most accurate set that depicts that from the TV series. I think people who grew up with season one of the Ninjago TV series, they're really going to like that set. when I get this done, I've got 3 other sets to show on camera that I built with a friend yesterday. Because I built some gift with purchases with him yesterday, and I got halfway through building this set. Yeah, I was doing the same because I wanted to get the medieval town square before it retired. And I got that, and now I'm just waiting for a deal on the Captain Rex helmet set. But that's not on the retirement list. So I think that's going to go around again in 2026, hopefully. Still waiting for a sale on that set to come, so I can be satisfied with my Captain Rex merch. The other side sets. Yeah, so really it was only the medieval town square which I felt the FOMO about. I don't know when I'm going to be building that set. I'm sure there's a bunch of helmet sets retiring, but in 2026 we're going to get the Formula One helmet, and those I want to get. And I really hope they make an Oscar Piastri helmet, and a Max Verstappen helmet, and a Lewis Hamilton helmet. If they make those 3 helmets, I'd consider buying them. But probably if I was only to pick one, definitely go with the Oscar Piastri helmet, because he's my favorite driver in Formula One. Some of these pieces are hard to push in. If there are some expensive sets that have a big sale, I'll consider buying it. Although there have been other big sales which I've been on the fence. I've been past that. But there are, sorry. And I was on the fence about buying those sets, and I let them sit in my cart, even though there were gift with purchases available then, which I liked. I had the cart abandonment syndrome, and they were no longer on sale, and so I think when I do that, that's when I know that I'm not going to have FOMO about not buying something, because I had really big FOMO about one set where my order got cancelled last year, and I was really frustrated about that. But it was only a Creator 3-in-1 set, and so I look back 11 months ago, and I'm like, I'm not as mad now as I was then, which means that the FOMO wasn't there. And I think that's part of the restraint people have to have as collectors, compared to feeling like a set that you missed out on a sale and it's gone. If you feel like that's the one that got away, and that's where the FOMO is real. But I'm not as salty about that now as I was then. I remember it was 8 a.m. and I was on the bus going to work when I placed my order for that, and the order got cancelled because they sold more than what they had in their inventory. But creator sets really have very basic pieces to begin with, so I'm not as mad anymore. Even though my story about that might sound that way, I'm not. Got another sticker. It's an L, the baby Luigi character. So he's holding that L, bro. Hold that L. The L for baby Luigi. He's a loser. Hold that L, bro. Now we've got some flame details with a lot of technical. This is part of the exhaust. Do you have Mario so we can see what he does when you put him? Yeah, I've got other Mario Kart sets that have an electronic Mario, but I won't be building them probably until the end of the year. Because I bought a whole bunch of the Mario Kart sets on 20% off clearance at Target Australia about 1.5 months ago now. Spent 215 Australian dollars on like six or on 6, 7 sets. Aha, but crash. And so I'm going to build those with my friends on stream, or on a stream like this when I get halfway through building one of them and I want to get it built. Because that's how I'm trying to get through my backlog quickly. Because some people let their backlog pile up, where they're buying sets faster than they can build them, and I don't want to be one of those people. I want to build sets. So whenever I buy a set to go into my 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 backlog, I want to immediately build other sets with other people to get previous sets out of my backlog so that it doesn't get too big and crowd my room like it's already kind of done. I don't want to be that person who has to rent a storage unit just because they have so many sets in their backlog. Well, that means you're building sets, Sean, as fast as you buy them. So those are the two muffins. So they are on the side here. And they line up with the underside right there. Yeah, that sounds like you got your backlog under control, Sean. I wish I had mine under control. I've got it spread out in a few different places. That's not good. Yeah, there's more technical pieces in this part because in the way that the mufflers and the exhaust sound. And I like the way that they put those two one by one modified round tiles with the mini peg hole so that it it creates the a diamond alignment for this brick at the front, and I'm guessing there's going to be a sticker that goes on that brick. I guess yeah, this grey question mark. I'm not. I forget what this question mark is supposed to be. I've only ever bought one Technic set. Every other Technic set I have has been gifted to me. More stickers. Now, if it's a sticker on a square brick, I don't complain as much. But if it's on a round brick, then I'm more likely to complain about the sticker. And I'm also more likely to complain about a sticker if it's not on a common piece. Like for example, the 2x2 light bluish grey tile is very common. Now this green round slope, it's not as common and it's round. Yeah. Oh, this is supposed to be the engine detail. I got it now. Supposed to be an exposed engine at the front of the car, and there's another stud shooter. This time with green shells. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong way. The wrong way. Almost done building this set now. We'll get this set. I'm pretty confident we'll get this set. This set's finished built before the end of the hour. I'm sad that we didn't get reverted to our algorithm like. But now we got to build the wheels. And this set doesn't come with a brick separator. So I've had to use my Stanley knife instead when I've made arrows. And that's the last of the sticker sheet. And these wheels go on the front here. I think there's a different design of the wheels that go on the back. Yeah, because this is supposed to be a three-wheeled vehicle instead of a four-wheeled vehicle. That's why they've got it look like this. It's hard to get this in. There we go. Come on. This is part of the reason why I don't like Technic. There we go. Now it's hooked in. And it rolls just as well. Oh, okay. We gotta put these inverted tiles underneath the green shell. And they include a spare of the green shell, but they don't include a spare of the red shell, which is a little bit weird. I would have liked to have seen the second red shell in this set. And I would have liked to have seen two more of the stud shooters. Those are really my only complaints about the cards, is I would have liked to see more ammunition, because I can't really complain about the design of the cards, because more so those two accessories. So I'll get a close up. That's what the green cards look like if you're 360. And I'll try to move this back. It's harder to give a 360 spin on a vertical spin compared to a horizontal spin. But there's my best attempt at a 360 spin back. And here's another one for the red. Anyway, there we go. So now we can take a baby Mario, and we can put him in the cart, or in his cart. And now we can take the baby Luigi and put him in his cart. If this wants to stay properly, won't? Oh, I got the do I? Yeah, I got the orientation of his legs wrong. There he is. That's what he looked like in his cart. I found them on 20% off, and some of the bigger ones were on the 30% off too in Zelda. Anyway, there are the cards. There are the cards. Now, if I had a ramp nearby, I would do a ramp test, because that's what someone in chat does, a ramp test. I don't have a ramp nearby, sadly. And at the back of the instructions, there's a picture of all the Mario Rio Kart sets put together, and there's a picture of the other Mario Rio Kart sets you can buy. How many of these do I have? I have one, two. I have the four small ones. I don't care about the play set. I care about the vehicle set for this thing. Almost every other LEGO theme out there, I care more about the buildings than the vehicles, but for, this, for these Super Mario Kart theme, I care more about the vehicles. Let's get these balloons out of the way. And that's what the carts look like together. So y'all can enjoy staring at that. Now we need baby Rosalina, baby Daisy. I would love a baby Daisy. I would love a dry bone. I would love a baby Peach. What are some of the other baby characters we can think of? I primarily play as the baby characters because the Quacker, like on Mario Kart Wii, that's my preferred vehicle. It looks so cool, not sure about the blue wheels though. That's what Mario's carts look like. Red with blue wheels. That's accurate to the game. Can anyone play Captain Toad Treasure Tracker? It's a fun game. I have never played that. Do they have a baby Bowser? Yes, I'm pretty sure that's one of the babies. Baby Bowser. Or is it Bowser Jr.? Actually, I think it's Bowser Jr. Yeah. And so, just for comparison, this is the blue Yoshi like. I'll try give a 360 spin of this. I built this on someone else's live stream. I previously built it. Now, if I wanted to, I could try to run everything up. I could try and race all of them. If I really wanted to, I could. And I have to change the orientation for the vertical string. What I'll have to do is I'll have to put the Yoshi that it stands for, or it stands for. Actually, hang on a minute. I think I got this back to front. Yeah, sorry. This is the front. Sorry, I got totally confused there. Sorry. Let's reorient this there, and then Yoshi there. That's a good shot for the camera. Let's angle it down ever so slightly. So those are my Mario Kart so far. We've also got a kart for Toad. I'm gonna build. Got a standard kart for the big Mario. I'm gonna build a Donkey Kong kart, and I think I'm gonna build a Wario and King Boo carts as well. I think those are the sets that I bought. I would have preferred if it was Wario and Waluigi, but King Boo's fine. And it's because of these sets I've actually got back in playing with Mario Kart. Yeah. So I'm going to take these off screen and I'm going to show you some other sets that I built. So yesterday I was on the Kulhan Luke and I built this African Savannah gift with purchase. I bought this because of the foliage. I bought this because of the foliage. So many good foliage pieces in there. And I also got the snails. I'm not as crazy about the snails, but I was not expecting there to be a brush bush in here. See that brush bush right there? And there's some other cool pieces of foliage in here as well. So I'll keep these around for a while, and then when I need these pieces for mocks, I'll take them apart and rebuild the trees in my city or whatever. And for the snail set, all 4 of the parabola dishes for the snail's shell, they are printed as the eyes for this snail. So if you really wanted to, you could use these snail shells for hypnotism if you really wanted to. Yeah. So the NFL is about to start soon. Yeah, that's really all I had to say. So if there's anything else that anyone wants to say very quickly before we end, about it. No, I did not get the Northern Lights gift with purchase. I was thinking about getting one of the Dream sets, but I had the cart abandonment syndrome and I didn't end up getting that gift with purchase. Anything else, chat? Going to be ending in 2 minutes. My teams aren't playing today because they played. Well, one of my teams played on Thursday night football. The other one is playing on Monday night football. So I'm not going to be yelling and screaming like I would normally do on a Monday morning here because I'm in Australia right now. It's 4:29 a.m. But I'll be paying attention to the games so I know what the conference standings end up looking like. Anyway, yeah, I'm just glad to get this done. So thanks for watching this stream. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I really need people to smash the like button to tell YouTube that there are people who like me. I am so desperate to get watch time hours. I worked my ass off to get the subscribers. I got that. Now I desperately need the watch time hours. So thanks for watching this stream. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you on the next live stream, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.